Hi all, this video was by request from some of my subscribers wanting to know how to assign a DJ controller with Native Instruments Traktor DJ software. Now before we start, just wanted you to bear in mind that this tutorial should work with all Traktor versions, and that's including the light version as well. The one I'll be using is the latest update of Traktor Pro version 2.6. Now I'm going to go through a few things in the software showing you how to make various adjustments of your layout and how to manually add your own mapping for your controller. Links under the video description will be provided as well. The first thing you want to do is set up your controller. This can easily be done by going into the settings. So let's just go into our settings. There we go. And then we want to go down to the setup wizard, which will easily walk you through the setting up process. So let's click on that right there. Now you want to make sure at this point you have your controller on or connected to your PC or laptop, if you don't already have. So just make sure you do have your controller connected to your PC or laptop before moving on to the next stage. So we'll go to the next. Now when prompt on using an external controller, you want to say yes, you do have your controller connected to your computer or laptop. Moving to the next stage. Now here you just simply choose your controller's details. You'll have pretty much all updated controller that are compatible with Traktor here. I'll show you a few as an example. We've got Native Instruments, and here you've got the machine, audio control 1 and chord 2. We've got Newmark, and you've got quite a few compatible controllers here. We have our manufacturer Pioneer. You've got the top controllers here that's available with Traktor, and we have Reloop as well, and then you have quite a few compatible controllers there. So you've got quite a few manufacturer, so that's there's quite a few that are compatible with the Traktor software. So I'll be selecting my manufacturer and my controller model, and I'll go to next. Now the next step here, you only want to say yes if you actually have a DJ mixer. By default it will come to no, but if you do, then go ahead and select yes. If not, then just leave it as it is. I'll go to the next stage. Lastly, here you get to select your layout choice. So you've got quite a few 2 decks only, 4 decks, or 2 decks with 2 live inputs. It's pretty much up to you. For now, I'm just gonna sort of like leave it as it is, but I will come, cover later on different sort of like various layouts that you could have in the Traktor software. So we'll finish this off. And then now you just get a general overview of your setup before you finalize everything, which you can still go back and amend if needed to do so. Finish this off. Traktor will just reload accordingly to the settings that you've set up. Now let's say, for example, this does not work for you and still your controller is not functioning with Traktor, or your controller was not in the provided list. Now, not to worry, there is another way in settings where you will need to go under right here, control manager. Coming here will provide this particular section. This is where you would go to manually load the mapping of your controller or make adjustments and edit set function. You've got a top window right up here. At that top window, we have your device type of mapping for your controller's choice. Opposite, we've got your input and your output. You further have a add and an edit button for your controller device. You've got a device target where you could have your controller focus on a particular deck or pretty much focus on everything that is available. Below, you've got a assignment table, which it has a various amount of controls available within the software that you can assign specifically or make forms of modifications. You've got right below device mapping, where you've got various sort of like assignable controls that you could modify. And then you got mapping details, where further modification is available for that particular control type highlighted. Now what you want to do here is further check if your device is available in this sort of like additional list. So you want to go up to the add button, just press that, and here you'll have some extra list of controllers that you would have not seen prior to the setup in the beginning. Like, on the native instruments Traktor, for example, we didn't see the S2, S4, F1 or the latest Z2. So just make sure you come here just to double check that your controller is not listed within those additional lists right there. Now if still you can't seem to find your controller listed amongst these extra lists, then you would pretty much need to go to your controller's website and download the mapping for Traktor, which is a TSL file format. Now I will provide a few direct links under the video description for the ones I've been asked for. I mean, again, all you really need to do is go to your manufacturer website, where they will provide the file for your particular controller. Now I've got a few set up already, just to give you a general idea as to where you would normally go to locate these files on the website. So let's have a look at that. Let's go into our website. Here we've got the Reloop website. I've got one of the controller loaded up. On the Reloop website, what you wouldn't really need to do is go under the download section for that controller, and under here you could see mapping files. We've got the Traktor mapping file for both Windows and OS operating system. Let's have a look at another website. We've got the Newmark website. I've selected a particular controller. With Newmark, normally you'll find a sort of like a download selection right here on the right side, and as you could see, they've already got an update, Traktor Pro 2.6 map update. You got a sample deck mapping file as well. Have a look at another one. We've got the Pioneer website. Selected the controller. With Pioneer, you will need to go under support and pictures, and right here you've got the Traktor file available. Now it doesn't just have to be the available controllers or DJ controller. It can be an MPD, an APC. There's a lot of MIDI controllers out there that are compatible with the Traktor software. Like here we've got an APC 20 that has a mapping for Traktor that you can download, and it will look something like that right there being loaded up. So you could search on the web. There's quite a few mappings available for your Traktor software. So what I want to do is just go to my selected manufacturer. I'll go here. I'm going to download that particular file. There we go. Once that's downloaded, we want to go back into our Traktor, and we want to go to the add button. We want to import the mapping that I've downloaded. So just find the file. There we go. Now this is what the file will look like. It's a TSL file. Now pay attention to the assignment table right here, where it will update accordingly for your controller. So let's just open that. You just saw it right there. Everything has been updated accordingly. You've got your device, mix age. You've got the selected ports automatically assigned. Then you've got your various sort of like controls right there. Now, if you still want to make further personal modifications or assign your own mapping, then you only need to look within the assignment table, select a particular control set. Like right here, I'll do load selected deck A. So now we'll go down to device mapping. Now you could either press reset or just click within where the MIDI notes is and click away. It will be empty. Tap on the learn button. Now you want to go to your controller and just press any selected button on your hardware. And there you go, as you could see, that's pretty much learnt it there. On click, and that's already done for you. Let's try another one. You got deck B. Click away. Tap the learn. Go to your actual hardware controller. Tap on it, and that will learn it accordingly. I mean, don't be afraid to, experiment with the various amount of sort of like controls that are available, and you can't really go wrong. I mean, even if you deleted something by mistake, it's just a simple question of, going back into it. It would just reload itself, or rerunning the setup wizard, and would just set everything back to its factory default. So, you could experiment as much as you want with an MPD, an APC. Just tap the learn button, go into your hardware, trigger a control, whether it's a fader or your encoders, and it will automatically learn that functions. So it's quite it's ideal for you to go and experiment in regards to this assignment area here with the Traktor software, just to give you an idea of how mapping in general works, and it can be quite beneficial. So once you've done all of that, you're pretty much all good and set up to go. And you've assigned your controller, you've assigned a particular controls that you want, and that's it. You're ready to go, and everything should be all right. Now, finally, I want to show you how to adjust your layout of Traktor once you're all done and up and running. Now, by default, sometimes you would get the essential layout depending on your controller, where it lacks that sort of like mixer layout that looks something like what you currently see right there, which is the essential Traktor layout, which is quite, plain, and doesn't have any sort of set features, so it doesn't display a mixer of any sort. To change the overall layout on Traktor, you need to go up here to the upper right corner, click on the highlighted window, and as you can see, you've got 3 additional options. You've got extended, browser, and mixer. We'll go on to extended. Now the extended layout, this will display some mixer controls, like you've got your gain control there, you've got your filter, effects area, you've got your pans, and then you've got additional advanced controls on each particular deck right here. You've got your loop sections available, more information on the track itself. On top, you've got your global settings right there available for your effects and everything else. So if you wanted a mixer sort of like format or layout, then what you would need to do is just go up here, select the extended from the essential sort of like selection. Next one, we've got our browser layout. Browser layout, pretty much, as you could see, it takes away most of the features and just purely focus on tracks and playlists. Now, I was asked a question, if Traktor had a playlist, like something like Virtual DJ, where you can easily select and drag your track and just simply put it into a playlist. I'll give you an example. I should have Virtual DJ running. Let's go to Virtual DJ. I've got Virtual DJ there, where in Virtual DJ you just grab your track, bring it to the right side, just drop your track right there, nice and easy. In Traktor, yes, you do have the same thing. That would be this little window that you have right up here, where you could view all your tracks, selected tracks. You've got sample, remix set, and so forth. Now simply, let's just go to a few tracks. You just grab your desired track, just bring it to one of these sort of like not assignable slots, add it in there, and then you could actually name it to whatever you want. I'll just type away and make anything up, press OK. There you go, it's been named. Go in there and you could see you've got your track in there. So grab it, just chop it in there, go back, there it is. So this in Traktor is where your playlist function is. Now it goes further to just dropping a track in. I mean, if you right click on the actual track, you could, analyze the track itself, enable BP lock or disable. You've got, if you right click on the actual playlist itself, you've got a few other various sort of like options that is available as well. So that's what the browser layout would look like. Next is the mixer layout. Now this one is my personal favorite, where it adds sort of like from the extended sort of layout that we previously had. Now this one will show your levels. You've got your favors right there. You've got your EQs, high, mids and lows available right there. And again, certain added features as well that are available on each particular deck. To further add more visible controls to what you currently have, you would go back into the settings. Let's start off with your deck's layout. You go into your deck's layout and you've got quite a few sort of like adjustments that you can make, where rather than having a track deck, you could put it to a remix deck, a live sort of like inputs. So it's pretty much up to you as to how you want your layout to be. So you could further customize your layout. I mean, you've got here deck layout. You could make it quite small, full, or you could get the full advance of your deck. Same apply with deck C and D. You've got your grid mode where you could dim or just put the sort of like full grids of the track. You've got your color mode, where right here, as you could see, infrared, X-rayed, or spectrum, and so on. Move on to the next one. You've got your mixer layout, where you have quite a few options here on your EQ type. You've got your filter type, and then you got your headroom level as well according to your environment. You've got, let's just move this out of the way, your EQ and favors, which you could add and take. You've got your filter keys, and you got your cross favors, where you could, if you don't want it there, you could customize it however you want. You've got global settings as well, where your effects, rather than having effects up here, you could have it as the master clock. The other side up here, you could have your recorder, or just leave it as each particular effects as you want. Going under effects itself, it's up to you to either do a send, post fader. You've got either a group or a single. Right here, it's been adjusted as we go. Same to do with the other side, group or single. We've got preloaded effects, which you can customize accordingly to how you want them to go in line. You could remove them if you want, add them back again. It just goes on and on and on, so you can make quite a bit of overall adjustments. I mean, you've got here your browser details, where you could increase the general look and feel of your browser. You could show track info, so you get the track info. You could show your art cover and so on. So any additional sort of like adjustment that you would need to do, or that you want to do to Traktor, it's all possible via going into the settings itself. I mean, once you've done all of that, you've set it up, all you really need to do is just go into the layout manager, find the active current layout you have, move it accordingly to how you want it. So up here, if you go right there, you could see there it's been moved up here. Name it to how you want to name it, and you're all good to go. So that will be all set up for you the way you want. Hopefully I've covered majority of everyone's question in regards to certain setups in Traktor software. I hope the video has been helpful. If you do have any further questions, or if there's anything I possibly have missed out, by all means, feel free to contact me or leave a comment, and I'll answer back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thanks a lot for all your support again. Hope you're all gonna have a wonderful new year ahead, and look forward to the next updates that will be coming up. Cheers.